Hello and welcome to a new episode of the show. I'm your host, Reda, and today's guest is Jade. Jade is a personal trainer. She has quite an experience. She has been a trainer ever since she was 19 years old. And she also competed in bodybuilding and fitness modeling in the category of fitness modeling. She's going to take us into a journey of her personal training journey ever since she started in the UK, going to the UAE right now to our current day. And she's going to take us into a journey of her competition back then, where she competed, where when she was in the UK basically, and how was she able also to compete after an injury and a surgery that she had recently, which I find quite inspiring because she was able to prove to herself and to others that if you put your mind into something, even when you think that things cannot happen, you can still do them if you plan it properly and you put your mind into it. I hope you enjoyed the conversation. Let's jump into it. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So, how's your work been going, Jade?
Work is good, actually. Good and bad, up and down. Like, I think January is a bit of a slow start for everyone. It never used to be, though. Now it's like everyone is just easing their way into fitness and anything, really. I think December takes a toll on people because it's so busy and you're doing something with your family and stuff. So I think January is like, okay, let's just take a step back a little bit and then baby steps.
Okay.
Which is fine, but like if you're someone like in the fitness industry, you want people to get back and get started, right? So it does.
Like, I know you've been training for a while. Like, I don't know how many years have you known each other? Maybe like for the past 7 or 8 years. And I know that you have been training clients ever since. Like, have you seen a rise in the, let's say, idea of fitness in the community over here in the UAE?
Yes, I have actually. I think now people are starting to take fitness a lot more seriously because it's good for mental health. It's good for your immunity, and especially after COVID, I think everyone started to realize that you just need to be healthy for your body to be able to fight certain diseases and stuff. So I think for me, I will always be old school about how the fitness industry works. You know, like I like to think that you do not need like these new medicines and stuff. You need to just be on a healthy diet and train. Literally cardiovascular, weightlifting, whatever you're into, mixed with obviously good rest and diet, you'll be fit. You will literally be fit. That is all it takes. But in people's minds, there's so many things that stop them, and so many contraindications.
Contraindications?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the word. That's the one. You said it.
And then they get in their head and they're like, oh, I can't do this. And so it's just like, really, it's step 1, rest well. Step 2, make sure your food is clean. Step 3, get your butt in the gym. It is really that straightforward.
You know, like, it's so funny how people like always are trying to find the magic pill. Like, everyone is like looking for the fast solution. However, nobody just want to do the work, because I see that like us as humans getting better, we have to get out of, let's say, the comfort zone and do the work, because our mind usually tends to put us in our comfort zone, and he just wants us to be lazy and take our, let's say, protect us in a sense.
Yeah.
So whenever there's something where we have to put the work, it pushes us away from it. And I'm pretty sure that you have noticed this like heavily with clients.
Yeah, like now there's this new like injection for fat loss. I don't know if you've heard about it.
No, tell me about it.
And I think a lot of, even though it's had really, really good results, I don't think people really understand long-term effects of it. Okay, you can take it now, it will do the job now, but what about later when you've lost all the weight? All your bad habits are still going to be in your mind.
Yeah.
You know, all those bad habits that got you to gain weight, they're still going to be in your head. So it's like you really need to, I think people really need to start thinking more about mindset and why they're eating bad. instead of just like jumping into
the fast solution,
because you don't know the long-term effects of it. Whereas with training and fitness, you really know the long-term effects of training and fitness, you know, like, and it's not just about jumping in the gym. I know it's not as easy as we say it is, because we're fitness professionals. So of course for us, it's like a, you know,
natural thing.
Natural. Yeah. But for people like that don't do this, of course it's a bit of they just don't understand it. So of course they're going to go for this. Okay, let's go for option A, the quick solution, or option B where we actually have to put in effort.
And they're going to choose maybe like the conveniency. And it's so tough to get people out of the couch and just let them do the work. Like, I mean, as you mentioned something about this, how if you give them, let's say, the injection, it might solve the problem momentarily.
Yeah.
But if they still have the old habits, if they didn't treat the root cause of the problem, they just treated the symptom in a sense.
Exactly. So it's like we have to try. I think a lot of people don't understand being a coach. We really have to work hard. It's not just getting people in and training them. It's literally changing the way they think, changing the way they see food, changing the way, like, why are you training? You know, it's just that people just watch us and think we train people, but it's a lot more behind it that goes on. And you really have to make the training worth it. You know, like you really have to get it into their mind that this is long term. It should be a lifestyle. It shouldn't just be something that you come and do and then you go. You know, like you're going to the gym, you're spending money, you're spending time on yourself, you're investing in yourself. And then why would you go and leave and ruin it? You know, like it's like now I have this chance to get it into their mind. This is what I'm thinking actually now. If my clients are listening,
I'm talking to you.
I'm listening. Listen to me now. Okay, you're investing in yourself. Do not waste it. So put the burger down.
If you're eating the burger now, put it down immediately.
Throw those biscuits away and let's rechannel the way you think about training.
Yeah.
This is if I had one message to say.
Like, what do you usually like work on for someone who, let's say for someone who just decided that they wanted to start training. They decided that, hey, we want to change our lives. Like, how do you guide them through the process? Like, how do you program them? How do you prepare them in a sense?
Step by step. Step one is do a consultation because you have to understand every single thing about this person. It's not just like, okay, you want to train? Because sure, I can help you. Why do you want to train? Like, what is making you come here? What gave you the idea in the first place? Why? You need to establish why. And you really start to ask, they really start to think about it. And then they're like, you know what? Like, this is actually a big deal. I need to do this because I start feeling tired when I go up the stairs. Because, and then they start telling you all the because and all the reasons. So when I do a consultation, it's like, the first thing I'm going to ask is why? Why do you want to do this? How serious are you about it? Because obviously I don't want clients that are not serious about training. Because it's my time as well, right?
How do you differentiate them?
I think it's quite easy to see who's going to be like serious and who's not. So, you know, you can get some flaky clients or you can get some clients that actually put in the time and actually want to do it. It's a feeling. Like for me, it's like, okay, I can see this person wants to do it. No matter about how much they've got going on and they still turn up, they want to do it, you know? Some clients, like, they've been with me for a while. Thank God, I'm grateful for those, you know, like, and they know what their issues are. They know that they might not be able to control food, but they still come because that training gives them that
extra edge, let's say, the motivation.
They're maintaining what they've already achieved, you know what I mean? And they don't want to lose it. It makes, that training makes them feel good, you know? So it's, like I said, like training in the gym is therapy.
Like it's channeling, let's say, their desires. It's channeling with what they really want because maybe they know the reason why they wanted to start this, and you're tailoring their training in a way where it reflects on them in a sense.
So it's like you've got to continually push them, even if they've been training with you for a long time. Just keep pushing something. You know what I mean? So they can't feel like you're giving up on them. You always have to be there. you know, so it's obviously there's a lot of pressure on us too.
Yeah.
Because obviously we have to understand each and every individual client that we have. So
and how they change, let's say, among time, because maybe like the same client that you got, let's say 10 years back, if they stayed with you, they're going to change, their behavior is going to change, their desires are going to change.
Yeah.
So you also, as a trainer, maybe have to alter their training, you have to alter their food, their behavior, in a sense, their lifestyle, where it fits their new personality now, which they got to, where they have been programmed to. Jade, what have, let's say, motivated you to get into the fitness industry in the first place? Like, why fitness? Why not something else? Was it something that you wanted to do since you were a child?
Yeah, like since my mum told me I used to help my granddad at the like allotment. Like I used to carry potatoes, and I think that was my calling. You know, like that is when I started lifting weights, carrying a bag of potatoes. No, I think I've just always been into fitness. Like as far as I can remember, in school I did gymnastics, I did athletics, I did like high jump for my school team, and you know, it was just something that progressed from then. It was not something I suddenly wanted to do. It was literally from childhood. I've always been into fitness as long as I can remember.
Since you were a child, like you were set up for this, let's say.
Like I would say this is my calling in life, because it's something that, one, I'm good at, two, I understand. I'm good with people. Not blowing my own trumpet.
I'm just saying I'm good with people.
I think I am. And then I just carried on from there, and then I spoke to my parents and stuff, and I said I want to obviously go to college and study something to do with fitness, sport. I didn't want to be a PE teacher because I just can't handle kids, like just my own, but not kids. No, can't deal with that. So, and the teacher told me, she's like, you should do personal training. And I think I was the only one in my class that actually followed through with that. And then I went to college for 3 years, became a freelance coach when I was 19.
Oh,
so I've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, it's been a long time actually.
Yeah. So, and then I've just carried on, and I've learned things in the years. And I was in a gym in England for 5 years, and I stayed there, and that's where I learned most of my like
foundations.
Like I learned how to be a freelance coach, because I had no idea. And then when I came here in 2015, you also learn like
from the society over here in the culture, like how to say Jade as a freelance coach is back in England is different than the freelance coach here in the UAE, because I'm thinking like it's a different culture. You have also to, let's say, author your approach to the clients.
You have to adapt. You have to understand culture. You have to understand religion. You have to kind of see yourself from their perspective. Like it's a big deal. Like it's leaving your own home comfort zone to come to a whole new world. And even though I wasn't freelancing when I came here, because I was in fitness first, so I was working for a company, and then you do learn a lot of things, and I like to learn from other people. That's how I understand things. So I would talk to all of the trainers there just to get an idea of how they do things. And even the clients, the members, they taught me a lot, you know, and I started to understand Ramadan, and like I would put myself in the position of fasting just to understand how they feel. Yeah. So it's like, if you don't understand it, or you don't put yourself through it, how can you
understand what they're going
and
through,
train, and you know what I mean? So it's like I will always try something just to understand it, and then if I don't like it, I won't carry on with it. But at least I know now I have that little bit of knowledge about it, so then I can keep going.
I see.
You know, so now in Ramadan, it's like I understand how my clients feel. I don't have to fast, because obviously I could, but I don't need to. So then I understand them, I respect them, you know, and it's just
what their bodies they go through in Ramadan period, and from, let's say, if they were tired, not tired, thirsty, hydrated, and so on.
So you know how to adapt their training, right? So I think,
You told me that you started, let's say, as a freelance coach in England back when you were 19. I'm pretty sure that you might have done, let's say, some mistakes back then as a coach.
Big time.
Compared to now. So tell me about them. Like, what have you changed in your, let's say, what are some of the mistakes that you have faced as a freelance coach back then and changed them now, in a sense?
Mistakes is like one is like trying to know it all, like trying to tell your client, listen, I'm the coach, you're the client, you listen to me, I know your body. When actually we don't. We all have different bodies. Don't give your client the same thing as everybody else, because it's not going to work. You need to, it's trial and error with every single client. Do not promise your client something that you can't keep, because if they don't follow through with it, they're going to blame you. You said this, you said no. So now it's like, if a client asks me in 4 weeks' time, will I hit this? I'm brutally honest. I'm like, listen, if you follow 1, 2, 3, there's a high chance you will. But I'm not going to promise you anything, because it depends on how you take the training, how you eat the food, how you rest, how your lifestyle is. That it like literally has everything to do with your result.
I see.
So it's like, we can put them through hard paces, but if they go into the gym and then after they're going in and eating something bad,
like how can
that's
you
not on me, that's on you. You asked me, and this is the truth.
Like, in a sense, you have to, let's say, manage their expectations. Like, you have to tell them, hey, look, for example, if you want to hit this, I'm going to give you the best tools to how to do that, to get there. But what you do outside the gym is totally up to you. It's your decision. I cannot control that. I can only guide you through it, and the rest is on to you. So yeah, it's like setting their expectation.
Yeah,
in a sense.
So you don't want to mislead them. Like, of course, you want to be like, yes, you can do this, and you want to hype them up. But if I'm just someone who's honest, and I have to say, listen, if you do this, this, and this, yes, you will. And if you don't do that, then no, you won't. You know, so it all comes down to that individual and how motivated they are. Like, we can motivate them to do it, to do everything. But again, we don't feed them.
True.
You know what I mean? And food is, 70%. So it's like, you have to follow the food.
Yeah,
you have to follow the program. If you do not, then that's not in my hands. I've given you the resources. It's up to you to follow it. You know?
Like, how big of a role nutrition has in training? Like, how important it is from your perspective?
Nutrition-wise, let's say someone doesn't go to the gym, they have a really poor diet, then you put them on a really good diet. Like, okay, so now let's just, one thing, healthy food is now called a diet because there's so much fast food restaurants. So we're actually, it's food. It's just healthy food. It's not a diet. This is how we should eat. Anyway, so so a person who just does a diet can lose weight. And this is someone who doesn't train, someone who you know, just cleans up their food, rests, has a nice lifestyle, doesn't train though. They will lose weight. You know what I mean? It's because you're in the deficit. You're changing things. You're eating a healthy habit. If you don't train and you're quite an obese or overweight person, you will have loose skin. You will have no muscle. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to have that
extra skin,
extra skin and stuff. So it's important to start lifting weights. As they say, use it or lose it. Meaning the muscle, right? So diet alone, someone can lose weight, but I think it's like, you need 1, 2, and 3. You need the diet, you need the training, you need the rest. That is how it is. You know what I mean?
The rest. Like, how much rest? How can we know, for example, how much rest do I need? Or how much rest does a client need?
Well, I think it varies from person to person. Again, we're all individuals. Like, if I have 6 hours of solid sleep, I'm great. You know, my body's working. Someone else might need 7 or 8. You know?
I see.
So it's, again, that is based on a person to person. Like, if you don't have a solid 6 or 7 hours and you wake up in between, you know, like, you might need 8.
I see.
You know, it just depends on the person to person. If I sleep too much, I don't feel good the next day. Again, there's like, if I sleep too little, I don't feel good. So it just...
So in a way, like, you have to find, let's say, the sweet spot for yourself, a sweet spot for the clients, a sweet spot for every individual, in a sense. Like, you need to listen to your body and the calling from your body, in a sense, and alter your behavior upon it, in a sense.
I mean, and also, if you have a poor diet, you're not going to sleep great. People who drink coffee late at night, you're not going to have a good sleep pattern. Like, it is very, very important. Rest is so important to growing, to like the body recovering, and so in supplements. Like I always give my clients supplements to take if they're not sleeping well. And it does help, but it's a process. You need to stay on them, and it's consistency.
Supplements like what? Because I get this question actually. Sometimes people ask me like, if we're not getting good night's sleep, like what can we take to help us get into sleep?
So I always suggest magnesium or zinc and magnesium, ashwagandha. You also have anything that calms you down, like your cortisol levels, if they're high. There's a supplement called Calm. You've got 5-HTP. But then it just depends, because obviously not every supplement works for every person. But magnesium and zinc and ashwagandha, that is a very good mix to take before you go to sleep. Because magnesium is helping recovery, and it just puts you in that zen.
Calm mode, zen mode, let's say.
Also your bedtime routine. Screen time, I think we're all, what's the word? My brain.
Attached, let's say, to our phones usually.
Yeah, we're all like on screen time now. Unfortunately, that's just how life is and the world is now, because there's just so many things to scroll, to see, so it's just about a bedtime routine, winding down, especially if you have a stressful day. You should have that time to wind down. Cut caffeine.
Yes.
But that's how I would say your supplements should be. And I think when you start getting into a healthy routine, your sleep does get better anyway. You know what I mean? Like you just, because you're starting to exhaust yourself.
Yeah.
You're getting up early, either you go to train in the morning, then you go to work, you come home, you rest, or you train after,
Yeah.
So it's just like getting a healthy routine.
So let's say programming yourself to get ready to bed, and programming, let's say, your day in a sense where, okay, now it's my time to work. Now it's my time, for example, to rest, and alter everything around it to fit that state of mind or that state of mode in a sense.
Yeah.
You told me that you were as a freelancer, and then when you came over here today, you started working in fitness first. So was there any difference between Jade as a freelancer coach and Jade as a coach in a, let's say, franchise? Like, was it different for you?
Yeah, big time.
How?
Because I like to be my own boss. I don't do really good with control. But obviously coming here, working for Fitness First is a good step in the right direction, because I learned a lot from people. I studied with them. It was good to get clients, because obviously you work there, you do the introductions, and then it's up to you to convert them if they want to coach or not. So you do learn from things. Everything to me is a learning experience in life, no matter what you're doing. Could be friendships, relationships, work, day-to-day things. Like everything, you will learn something. But only if you want to. If you don't want to, it's not going to happen. So then obviously after Fitness First, I went to another gym, just temporarily. And then seeing how that worked, I think that's when I met you, actually.
Yeah, and Let's Go Gym. That's where I met you. I was trying to remember, actually. I was like, was there a gap between Fitness First and Let's Go Gym? Or shall I say, like,
no,
where I met you? I was like, oh, she said it. Okay, so that's where I met her.
That's where I met you.
Yeah.
And then your life changed, we know. Yeah, no.
Didn't matter, we know. Yeah.
And then there, things were done differently. So it was just it was harder. Because Let's Go Gym, you remember, was a very male-orientated bodybuilding kind of style gym.
Very true.
So for a women coach, it's not that easy getting clients in that kind of
environment.
Yeah. So, and I took the decision when I was there to become freelance completely. And then that was the best decision I took, because I built up a clientele, I built up my reputation. Everyone started to know who I was. There is a high market for women here who want to train at home. Like a big, big, big market for women that want to train at home. And you know me, I do the opposite. So I did that, and I did that for a while, and it was exhausting.
Yeah, training clients at home.
Yeah, because you're going to one, to another, to another, to another. It's exhausting, and I didn't want that. That's not how I saw myself. I like to be in a gym environment. going to a place, my clients come to me there. It's just easier for me, especially now being a mum. It's like it works better for me just to be in one place. Okay, if I have less clients, that's okay, because I have time for myself. I'm not driving here, there, and everywhere, getting tired. And yeah, I mean, it's good for my schedule and my day-to-day life with my daughter.
So it fits your daily routine, let's say, in a sense, because I mean, as you said, like you're currently a mom, and it's not convenient, let's say, to move from one place to the other, especially if like there's quite a distance between them, and it's not convenient for your life. I can see that actually. And you mentioned that when you were in Let's Go Gym, it was a male-oriented, let's say, kind of business over there. So why is it that you think that people usually look for a male trainer as a source of confidence, let's say, of a choice? Like, why was it a problem, or why was it a challenge for you as a female trainer to find clients at that setup, in a sense?
Well, as you said, like, I think men genuinely want to train with men. You know what I mean? To me, a great coach has no gender. It's knowledge. At the end of the day, it's knowledge. Even though I'm like, okay, I look small and stuff, and, you know, okay, I have good muscle mass. Still, when a man trains with a woman, I think they feel like it's
emasculated.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like to say this because I'm all about people being comfortable and stuff. But sometimes to me, that's wrong because it's like they're already judging somebody, and I don't like to be judged. And
I can see that actually.
You know, like I'm someone who doesn't judge people. I'm someone that kind of understands them, puts myself in their shoes. So even though I understand where a man's point of view, also I would like them to understand, okay, listen, I have knowledge. I've done this before, and I wouldn't train someone that I was uncomfortable training. Say if someone wants to step on stage, a man, I wouldn't train them. I would give them to someone who I know knows that stuff. Because I've not trained a man to like
be in that stage, let's say.
Exactly. Women, yes, but men, no. So it's like, I understand I wouldn't be selfish in the sense, okay, I'm going to train you just because I want your money. No, like, okay, you need to be with someone who knows what they're doing. So I would pass them on to someone who knows what they're doing. But if I get a male client who wants to lose weight, very easy. You know what I mean? It's pretty straightforward. Even though the male body is completely different to the woman's.
All right, we're going to get to that.
Hormonal-wise and so on. It's just pretty straightforward to me. Anyone that wants to come to me and wants to lose weight or grow a bit of muscle, or you know what I mean? It is very straightforward. It's not as hard as people think. And this is what we need to drum into people's minds, is that you think it's difficult, and then you put yourself in that hard position of losing weight. Actually, it's not. It's very straightforward, you know? So I think any outcome I want to train people to understand that it is easy and you can do it. You know, you just need the right guidance.
Yeah, like you need let's say, right tools. I'm going to give them to you. I'm going to, let's say, guide you to how to get there, in a sense. Like, because as you said, on paper, it looks pretty easy because, like, it's a formula which you should tell everyone.
Yeah.
Like, train, rest, eat, and done. However, sometimes it doesn't reflect, because I think also there's the factor of the person themselves, the client themselves, and how they behave and act.
Wait. Time. AC is cold.
It's cold.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Sorry.
Sure.
Now I'm sitting here freezing. You want to cut it? All right.
Do you need a jacket?
No, I have my jumper on there, but no, I look better like this.
Okay, super.
Because we're both wearing white, so it's like...
Oh, yeah, exactly. I just noticed that. I'm wearing white. Like, I usually, when I have a female guest, I usually wear white. When I have a male guest, I wear black. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. I just...
No, that's actually understandable. Like, white and black are good colours.
Yeah, so I was like, let me just get, white T-shirts, black T-shirts, and that's it. I don't want to worry about it. I'm just going to wear whatever.
I don't know what to wear. That just doesn't say anything bad on it.
All right, so where were we? We were talking about, all right, I'm going to jump in right to you did a modeling career back then. You competed, I think, right?
Oh, yeah.
We're going to get into that. Okay, get back in. Okay, let's go. So, Jade, tell me about your competitor stage? Because from what I know is that at a point in time you competed as a fitness model. So how did that happen, and what did you do to get on the stage?
Wow. So my competition started in 2014. And I saw someone in my old gym that in England preparing for one, and I was like, "Wow, like you look amazing. I want to look like that. How do I get like that?" And I was only 22, so I started. I got a coach who he coached me recently as well, and he put me on stage for my first show. I think it was the end of 2014, and it was called Miami Pro.
Okay.
And it was I made top 6, so that was fine. But I didn't get placed, so I was a bit disappointed.
It was your first
that was my first show, yeah. It was fun. Hard, but fun. But then comparing that show to the one I just did in November.
Oh, you did one recently?
I did one in November,
I didn't know that. All right, tell me about that as well.
It was a big deal. Like, it was totally different because obviously my body isn't the same as it was. That 2014 to now. So, and then I carried on, and then just before I came here, 6 months before I came here, I got the offer to come to Fitness First. So I said, I want to, but can it be in May, after April next year, because I have a competition. And then I did my second show in April, and I looked better, and I placed 3rd and 4th. So because I always did 2 categories. I did tattooed muscle.
Okay. That's a category?
Yeah.
Actually, that's a category. I didn't know that. All right.
Yeah, in Pure Elite it's called. They're great. Amazing federation. So there was one category called tattooed muscle. So you could be any size, but as long as you have tattoos.
Oh, okay.
And some muscle. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I did bikini tall. So I came 3rd in tattooed muscle, which then put me to the finals in November. So I moved here. I discovered a whole new country, food, and I had a show in 6 months. So it was like I grew. I put on a lot of weight. I think I was my heaviest. I was 69 kilos.
All right.
Which is my heaviest I've ever been in my life.
Okay.
And then I lost it all. I went back and competed in World Championships of Pure Elite November 2015.
Okay.
After the April, because it was 6 months. And I came 5th in the World Championships, which was great for tattooed muscle, right? Then I competed again a year later, October 2016. So I did 4 competitions, and I got my pro card. Same federation, Pure Elite. I came 2nd again and 4th, because I did two categories again, and I got my pro card, and I was really surprised. Yeah. I was like, wow. Okay,
that's nice.
Because there was good. And this was in bikini tall, and there was 15 girls.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, good. And then that was my last show until November 2023.
How
so
did
I didn't
that go?
compete for 7 years.
Oh.
So a lot happened in that 7 years. I got married, had a baby. I had spine fusion surgery.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
So that's why I did it. Yeah. Yeah, you need to get on my Instagram.
Yeah, I'm not on anybody's Instagram, actually. I don't know why, I'm not so much on social media until recently that I started this show, actually.
You're going to have a look after. You're going to be impressed.
I'm going to have to take a look at it to see what did I miss in the past 7 years.
Yeah. So, obviously having a baby puts a lot of pressure on the body, and I had a really hard labour. I will not go into it. Don't want to scare you off.
Sure.
And then I had spine fusion surgery in November 2022. Yeah. So it was a year that I recovered and then got on stage again. So that was the whole reason I wanted to be on stage. I wanted to show people that you can do anything you put your mind to. And I was 56.5 kilos on the stage.
Yeah.
That's the lightest I've ever been. So it was the last show was 59. This one was 56. So I lost. And
that's amazing, Jade. That's really inspiring because this, coaching and what you just did, proving to people that, hey, it's doable.
Yeah.
Even after going through hardship, it's doable still.
Yeah. So this is what I want to portray to everyone, that no matter what you go through, okay, I did spine fusion surgery, and I'm not blowing my own trumpet, but I still stepped on stage.
Yeah.
So regardless of the whole competition itself, I won. I got back in my bikini, I put my heels on, I posed, I trained, I did the food, I did the work.
Yeah.
I was uncomfortable sometimes because my back does get stiff, but I did it to prove a point. I know it's like you should do things for yourself, but I want people to realize that they can do it, no matter what they do. Because injuries are also a topic that I like, because it's when you actually train someone for an injury and they get better and better and better, it's very satisfying, you know, that you did that.
Because they took them out of, let's say, the hardship. You were like, played a role.
And like, obviously I did the surgery on my spine, and everyone's asking me how it was, and everyone gives you their different opinions. You know, I had it for 10 years. Like, surgery was my last chance to make it better, and it did. It's there's still be work. There's still things. I still have weaknesses that I need to work on, but I know what my weaknesses are, so I can focus on it now. You know, so yeah.
Like,
that's
why did
I
you
got
have
on stage
surgery?
again.
Can you please tell me, like, why did you have surgery? Because I don't know why do.
Yeah, you're a bit lost now, aren't you?
No, I'm like, why do they do the spine fusion surgery?
It depends on the severity of the disc. That's the problem.
Oh.
So one of my friends, he did keyhole surgery. He did a small operation on a disc. Mine was literally protruding out and touching my nerves in my spine. So it was, and if I did a stiff leg deadlift, that would make it worse. And I wouldn't be able to train for 2 weeks. I've had like many injections. Like 6 months before my surgery, I did injections, cortisone injections, and I think nerve blocking. And it works. It makes the pain go away. It doesn't. It doesn't fix the problem.
It covers it, let's say, but it doesn't. It
doesn't fix the problem. So when I went back again, because I had a problem, the doctor said, and they saw the MRI, because I had 2 MRIs, one in England when I found it, and when I did it here, I said, listen, in the MRI, you're going to find a protruding disc in L4, L5, before they even did it. And then when they showed me it, they were like, it was exactly that. I said, listen, I've been suffering for a long time. Surgery is my last option. What can we do? Because I believe that there's a way of fixing the body, but only to a certain level. You know what I mean? I could not bring that disc back into place. It was too far. There was nothing inside. It was like it needed to be removed, you know? And so I did that. Horrible experience, of course, any kind of surgery. They did the least invasive surgery. They didn't tear any muscles, didn't cut any muscles. They moved my organs out of the way. It's called OLIF. It's oblique lateral lumbar fusion, or something like that. Something around those.
First time we'll hear about it.
And it's the least invasive way of a disc fusion. So, like most people, they will cut the spine and then obviously take the bones and stuff, and it's really invasive. This way, they go through the oblique, they move everything out the way, they replace the disc with a titanium one, they obviously close that up, then they turn you over and put 4 screws in your spine. You know, so it's a cage now. So in 1 year, your bones will fuse. So that's what I have now. My bones are fused, and I still have the screws and the disc.
The titanium disc.
Yeah, so that's why I get stiff, which is completely normal. I can fix the stiffness. I just need to move. I need to build my core strength. I'm not bothered, you know, because now I don't have any nerve pain. The disc has been removed. There's no worry in the back of my mind. I can do things as long as they're done properly. I'm someone that likes to learn things the right way. I don't like to do things wrong, like, because that's how you get injured.
Very true. Very true. It's one of the main reasons why people get injured, actually. They just want to, let's say, lift the weight no matter what. However, they just feel like it, and they neglect the biomechanics of the body.
So I'm a very perfectionist,
yeah.
in the sense that I have to do things by professionals or people that I know what they're doing. And then that was it. After that, I started to recover, and I was in the gym like 5 days after my surgery.
Oh, really?
But no, just training someone.
Okay, all right. I was like, okay, she's training after 5 days of surgery. I was like, tell me about that.
No. And I started with just sit to stand on a stool. That's how I started like moving. And it was intense. But my family was here to help me and stuff. So that helps recovery. Being surrounded people that love you and can help you. And then, I started to recover and get better and train. And then I was like, I said to my coach, I want to compete in November. And then I did like a 4-month prep for it because it's been a while. And I was genuinely surprised with the definition, the muscle mass that I gained over the past 7 years. Even though I had a baby, had surgery. When you had surgery, I lost muscle. I lost fat. I was like skinny fat. You know, I didn't like it at all. Now I'm in a really good state. My body and my condition, I'm getting good compliments and stuff. So I'm quite happy. I'm actually doing something right.
So happy actually that you, let's say, overcame that stage. Like, I'm super happy for that.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's mindset. People either want to recover or they don't. And it's up to them. You get to choose the way you want to go. You can choose to be better or you can choose to remain the same and get worse. It's really a mindset, you know, and if I can inspire somebody through that story, which is what my goal was, or inspire anyone, then I'll be happy, you know, because like, even if it's just one person that sees it and they're like, wow, you know, like, then I'm happy.
Jade, what makes you fulfilled in life? Speaking of which.
My daughter. Like Angel, my little girl, she become my best friend, you know, like she is the reason I do many things. She's the reason I do work hard or try to work hard because I have to support her. She's the reason for everything at the moment. You know what I mean? I know it sounds sad. I don't want to depress anybody. But she really makes me motivated.
Like she's the reason why you wake up every morning, let's say, in a sense.
She's the reason I get up early. She's the reason I do my thing. She's the reason I get my act together. Because she is watching me daily. She's watching me move. She's watching what I do. And I get mother's guilt because I don't get to spend much time with her. But I'm not going out clubbing, partying and all this because I'm working. You know, it's because I'm trying to make sure she has a roof over her head, make sure she has food, make sure she's got clothes, you know, simple things. So it's
like you're her role model in a sense. Like, I mean, every action that you take nowadays, let's say, you're gonna be thinking before, shall I do this or not? Because in the back of your mind, is it going to support Angel or not? In a sense,
exactly. Like I'm someone who I will always try and do the right thing, even if I get hurt from doing it, because there's like she's watching me. I don't want to upset anyone, hurt anyone. You know what I mean? So it's like she's the reason for it. She's just the reason for my hard work and stuff. Even though I would do it anyway, like I did it, but it's just like she keeps me going. I have no choice. You know what I mean? Like I have no choice. This is the way I'm going to go. This is the life I chose. I'm going to follow it. You know, I will make mistakes. I will get lost.
Get lost when I come over here.
But I'm not. I'm just doing my best.
Beautiful, beautiful, Jade. That's really beautiful, actually. Like, I'm so happy that you found, let's say, or you have something which makes you fulfilled in life, because like this is something which a lot of people are missing from their life, and it's like a reason for being, let's say, lost in life for many individuals. Jade, what's the role of family and friends in your life? Like, how important a good social circle is it for you?
Actually, I'm someone who really, it's going to sound harsh. Like I do not care about people if they do not care about me.
Okay,
does that make sense?
Yes.
Like I have really amazing friends here, and it could be the smallest circle. I'm really close to my clients. They've become like family, you know, especially if you're away from your actual family from home. They become like family to you. I know who my friends are, and I'm happy. I could just have one best friend, and I'm as long as like she understands me and like we support each other, that's it. I don't have like a big massive group.
Yeah.
It's like I'm friendly with everybody because I don't want to be treated in a bad way. So you want to treat people how you want to be treated, right? My family is great. Like they're back home. They're amazing. They support everything that I do. They're proud of me. Like that's all I need to hear. So
how do you identify a good friend?
If someone is there to support you, is happy for your success, is happy for your goals, your gains, doesn't it's not jealous of you, you know what I mean? It's always going to be there. You pick up the phone, you call them, they're going to be there for you, gives you good advice, understands
what you're going through.
Yeah. Accepts the fact that you're a Gemini. I'm so sorry. Geminis are really misunderstood.
And on behalf of all the Geminis, I'm really sorry for what I just said.
We're really misunderstood. So if you do have a really good friend, keep them. So, I mean, it just depends, really.
Like someone who stays, let's say, as they say, in thick and thin, like who's able to see the life through your eyes and try to understand you, and you understand them in a sense.
Yeah. I mean, I even have best friends back home that I'm still best friends with, but we won't talk for months. But when we do talk, it's like we spoke yesterday. So that's how you know someone's a good friend.
Yeah,
you know? Like they're not angry if you don't talk to them all day for a while. Because everyone's just living their life right now. Everyone has their own things to deal with. Everyone has their own things to do. Like, at the end of the day, you should just be taking care of yourself. I don't if I don't speak to one of my friends, as long as she's happy taking care of herself,
I'm happy for her.
Yeah, you do you know what I mean? Like it's come to the state where now I believe everyone should just fight their own battles. Do what you've got to do. Don't worry about anyone. Because it's just not gonna help you.
It's not gonna reflect on you.
You know what I mean? Like everyone just needs to take care of themselves. It's a bit selfish, but like it's self-care.
That's very true, actually, because like they say that you don't have to, let's say, care as much, or let's say, how should I put it, like in a nice way? You don't have to care so much about what others say, because in the end of the day, they're not going to be paying your bills, in a sense.
Yeah, you're not putting money in my account.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. No, I get it completely. Like, I think you should have empathy for people. You should understand what they're going through. And I think one of the things that does make me a good coach is I understand my clients' lifestyles. It is hard. Sometimes they are late. Sometimes they can't make it. Sometimes this, sometimes that. It's nothing personal. You just have to put yourself in their position. Obviously, I have my rules set in place. They know that. But if you do not understand and you're pushy and you're like, why are you missing? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Trainings, they're not going to come back. You put too much pressure on someone, they're not going to come back to train. They're not going to be your friend again. You know what I mean? It's not, like I said, it's nothing personal. Not my business. You know, just make sure you're doing these steps. Make sure you're taking care of yourself.
I see.
And I think that's how like my mindset has changed, because I used to latch on to people. Like I can get attached quite easily. And now I'm just like, you know what, like it is what it is.
Just gonna let it flow. If it sits,
exactly.
It sits.
If it's meant to happen, it will happen. If it's not, it won't. But I'm still open to communication. I'm very good at communicating. So that's it.
Super.
It's just how you got to live now.
Very true, actually. Like, I agree with you on, let's say, dealing with this situation or dealing with this mindset in such a manner. Jade, how do you handle stress?
Not very well. Oh my God. No.
That's like this.
Cut.
Cut. I don't want to say it.
Okay, if I'm stressed,
Yeah.
I've noticed actually as adults,
Uh-huh.
as life gets hard, we handle stress very differently.
Okay.
It does get a lot like harder to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I'm someone who likes obviously training,
Mm-hmm.
but then if I can't train, if my mindset is not there,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to go. I'm going to go home.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to sit in my feelings. I'm going to try and relax, and most likely sleep.
All right.
So sleep it off.
So
basically,
close my eyes, just forget about it.
yes, breathe.
Yeah.
Just be alone. Mm-hmm. Or if I'm with my daughter, you know what? Just be in my bubble, because me stressed is not going to help anybody. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to be friendly with anyone. I'm going to be in my head. I'm going to be anxious, worrying. I need to go home. I need to sit, be quiet, analyze what's going on in my mind. Why am I feeling like this? What can I do about it? Is it in my control? Is it not? Training sometimes helps, actually. But I think I know now how to deal with it. Mm-hmm. Like, I know when I just need to be on my own.
I see.
Because I'm not in a good mood. Mm-hmm. I know when I need to go and be out with friends. I know when I just need to rest and sleep. So
like, let's say now you're better equipped to listen to your body and how to respond to your mind, and like how to control your mind in a sense, like in a way where it fits Jade.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's I mean, I'm still learning, of course, but yeah, we're getting there slowly.
Jade, do you have like a favorite childhood memory, like something which makes you happy when you remember?
I think my childhood memory, my favourite time was summertime at my mum's, because she had a massive swimming pool. Going there to my mum's for the summer holidays or in the breaks, being in the pool, music, barbecues outside. You know, like before technology took over, you know, like actually being outside with people, sitting in the garden.
Yeah.
I think that's my favourite like childhood thing.
Yeah.
Even when I got older as a teenager, I used to go ice skating. That was like always fun, you know, like going out with friends. Life was simple.
Yeah, like the simple stuff, like before technology. Like
it was simple.
When you were more in a social circle, friends, family, and just doing things hands-on.
It was just real, like, connections. Nowadays, it is so hard.
Yeah.
I'd rather be alone than actually do, you know, like, because it's just so difficult sometimes. But yeah, I think that's my favorite childhood memory.
Like, it's so orthodox, as they say. Like, it's such a paradox where, like, on social media, you see, like, ideally, we should have a lot of friends. However, you don't feel fulfilled in a sense. You don't feel this human connection. But if you have, let's say, one or two friends which are physically there, like hands-on, where you spend time with them, they can make you feel attached with yourself, with humans, as in a sense, way more than all the numbers which are on social media. And it's such a weird time that we're living in right now, actually.
Yeah. I mean, like, you couldn't say it better. I think it's very hard to make genuine connections these days. Don't even ask me. Don't even quote me about dating.
Yeah. Don't let me start about it.
Don't even get me started.
Don't let me get started.
No, there's no genuine connections anymore. You know, like.
Why is that? Like, why?
Because people are not meeting in naturally.
Yeah.
It's all online. You know, people are not meeting. Like, okay, we all portray. Our social media is our alter ego. You know what I mean? That is not who we really are.
I like that, yeah.
Like, our social media is our alter ego. That's how I would say it.
Yeah.
Because we're not showing our vulnerable side. We're not showing the weaknesses. Some of us, sometimes. Yeah. We're not showing, like, things that we don't want to show people, really. We're showing the funny side, the strong side, you know. I do it myself.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a strong, independent woman sometimes. But then I get weak. You know, I get vulnerable. We all want a companion. I'm not afraid to say it either.
I mean, hey, we're all humans.
Are built,
Everyone, we are like a social species. Like we evolve by having partners and social connection in our life.
Yeah. So, but there's no genuine. People are just falling for what we post and seeing what we post. Okay, it can be fake, but it sometimes is, or it's just a little bit of part of us that we want to be.
Yes.
And we want to remain.
Yes.
And that's how we want to. That's how we see ourselves, or how we want people to see us.
Very nice. Yeah.
You know, but then when they see us in person, I mean, okay, we can be like that. That is a little bit of us, but there's like 90%
extra package, like extra behavior, extra mentality. Yeah.
And if you're like me with my 15 personalities, then you're going to have a bit of a shock, you know? So I'm just like, okay, you know, you either take me like this or you don't, or we compromise, or, you know, you find an understanding of someone. Don't make someone feel bad just because you like them here and then you found out what they're really like. I mean, what do you expect?
Speaking of which, like, how do you know, like, how is it that, for example, you're like, okay, me and this person are suitable? Like, for example, speaking of myself, how can I make sure, for example, that this girl is good for me? Like, how do you identify?
I think it's time. You got to spend time with someone. You won't really know unless you spend time with them. And if
no, it's all right, it's fine. Go on.
And if you have a genuine connection, you know. You'll feel the attachment. You'll feel like, oh, okay, I really like this person. You know, they give me good vibes and stuff. And then the more you get to know them, you just have to be careful. There's a very fine line with impressing someone and losing yourself. You know, like if I feel like I'm starting to lose myself, I will instantly walk away because I'm not being authentic. I'm not being myself. I'm, you know, like portraying something I'm not. And if they are genuinely liking that, then you're not really being fair to you or to
like
them,
they're liking the outer personality, like they're liking the non-version of me, like the not true version of me in a sense. Like, why do you think we do that? Like, why do you think sometimes we get out of our ways to try to impress someone, to be with them?
I think because it's the fear of being alone. And I think once you've had a taste of meeting someone new and it's exciting and they actually do like you, you want to keep that. You don't want to lose that because actually, you know, we are human.
Yeah.
We like that connection. We want to keep that part.
Yeah.
We're afraid to really show our true face because we're afraid of
being
them
judged.
running away.
Yeah.
Being judged.
Yeah.
You know what? And just pushing them away. Scared that they're not really going to like that side of us. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because the first face is actually, it is us, but it's just a small percent.
Yeah.
As I said, like we all have about 10 masks.
Yeah.
In my opinion. We all have different faces, depending on what our situation is in life, depending on how you see things. To be honest, if I had to give advice to anyone, I would just say, don't lose yourself and be authentic because someone is going to like you anyway. Someone's going to see how amazing you are. Someone's going to see like past the bad
like
things.
They're going to see through.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And if you communicate with somebody and basically speak, communication is top tier, green flag energy for me. Because I can't guess. You know what I mean? If I start guessing, I'm someone who gets anxious. I'm going to get in my head and be like, oh my God, what did I do? Regardless if it has nothing to do with me. You know? I think a lot of people need to understand that about others. Like you don't know what they're going through. You don't know if they don't show you yet.
Yeah.
But we're not all like that, are we? Yes. Unfortunately. And that is why it's so hard to date. But, oh well.
I love that, actually. I mean, I love your perspective. And it's such a perspective where a lot of people nowadays are missing. Because, as you said, like we're more attached to social media. We're more attached to the non-physical attachment and the thing which actually makes us human and makes us build connections.
Yeah.
Jade, on a final note, like there's a question that I usually would like to know from all my guests. Like, are you happy in life?
Next question.
Next. Next. There's no next. We're done. That's it.
No. I think yes and no.
How so?
Honestly, yes and no. How can I answer this? A hard question, actually. I'm happy in the sense of where I'm going. I'm happy in the sense of my mindset. I'm happy that I understand people. I'm happy that my daughter is happy. Of course, like she is my priority.
Yeah.
You know, I have a lot of things to work on, like mental health things to work on. I feel like the older I get, the more issues arise. But it's because of the people that I meet. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, I can't blame my whole self. It's the people that we meet that put us in bad situations, that causes trauma, and then we get into this phase, I guess, mindset. Obviously, again, that stems from childhood too. But when you're aware of what's wrong with you, when you understand what is going on, that is like the first step to improvement, realization. Okay, you know what? I'm anxiety. I'm anxious today. I need to go and be on my own.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? I'm not feeling good. I don't want to share this energy with someone else. My face doesn't lie either. Like, I do not have a poker face.
Yeah.
You will see if something's wrong.
You can see it like face on.
Yeah.
Like
You will see if I'm in a good phase,
Yeah.
bad phase, and but this is life. It goes up and down. You can't please everyone. As I posted the other day, we are not made to please every single person. You are you, I am me. We are made one by one. Everyone is unique.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I would be a lot more happy if, I don't know really, if I understood what makes me anxious. You know, if I had more control of my emotions.
Yeah.
I think I'd be more happy, and I would be able to not misunderstand people, not misunderstand them, you know?
Yes.
That might make me more happy. This is why I want to study a few more things.
Yeah.
That will make me understand others. Then I wouldn't feel like it's a personal thing. Because I take things personally. I know I do. And that's something I need to work on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's no one else's fault. But I'm good at communication. So I'm good at figuring it out.
Yeah.
I'm good at accepting things. I'm like, my awareness of it is good. It's just now I have to put everything together and make it work.
Yeah.
And this is the problem.
I can see.
You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think
Beautiful.
50-50.
Beautiful. Is there anything that you want to share before we finish the episode? Anything that you want to tell the audience? Anything which you want to just say?
Put the burger down.
I can see you. Put it down.
I can smell it.
I can tell it from the other side of the camera.
And start now. Your New Year's resolution doesn't have to start at the New Year.
Yeah.
Start anytime. Could be a new month. Could be a new week. Do it.
So you heard it. Just do it.
Just do it.
Thank you very much, Jade.
You're
I really
welcome.
appreciate your time. Thank you so much for coming in.
Oh no, I appreciate it.
I wish you nothing but happiness for you and your daughter, and all the best.
Thanks.
Thank
you too.
Yeah, thank you.